A huge special thank you to all of my YouTube members and patrons who support the channel and support my content. Genuinely means a lot. Thank you so much, guys. How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another subreddit video. It has been a while since I said that, For you guys, it's been like 2 or 3 weeks since my last video on a subreddit. 3 weeks. No, actually, it will have been 4 as of this video coming out, but I had pre-recorded videos before the flood happened. For me, it's been over a month since I filmed, like probably a month and a half, I'm not sure. So I'm gonna be a bit rusty, so bear with me there, guys. Before I begin, I just wanted to mention that I will be live on Twitch over at my Twitch channel. Said Twitch twice there. I said I'll be rusty. But if you're not able to make my stream on Thursday at 7 PM UK time, I do have a YouTube channel now called Blue the Nerd Live, where I will be uploading all of my streams every week, probably either on the day or the day after they come out. And eventually I might start streaming there as well, who knows. But yeah, that's a thing. So go check out my Twitch or my live channel if you want. It's just gaming content, but it's more Blue the Nerd content if you want that. Right, let's get into the subreddit, shall we? Today we're going to be taking a look at r/TIFU, or Today I F***ed Up. And you know what? I'll start with my own little TIFU. I haven't posted one, but just a very, very brief TIFU summary for those that haven't seen the videos or watched the updates or seen the community posts and are curious. Feel free to skip over this if you really want to, but basically, me and Leo, our TIFU was we moved into a house not being aware of the fact that it was a flood risk. In fact, everyone says it isn't a flood risk, but it flooded and was in like 1.5 feet deep water. So that's our TIFU, and that's why we're now here and I didn't upload for a month. Right, TIFU posts. Today I f***ed up by washing my clothes in fabric softener for 6 months. I'll preface this by saying it has not been a good day overall, but this was the last straw. 6 months ago, I bought what I thought was a large bottle of laundry detergent. I got it from Ollie's. For those who haven't been to one, it's a discount store with very random items, for all of $5, and maybe that should have been my first warning. But of course, I think nothing of its cheapness and set to work using it. Life got rough. I lost a job, and mental health issues meant that I never thought twice about my purchase, even when I started feeling a film on all of my clothes. I have ASD, so I figured the filmy feeling wasn't actually a big deal, and I was just noticing it more than most, and I was probably just using too much soap. So I tried to be more diligent in measuring when I ran my laundry. No luck, but I just figured I'd buy a different brand whenever I ran out, and that this one wasn't great. It's Downy, for reference. I've been dog sitting, and said dog peed on my floor a few times, so I borrowed a carpet cleaner from my sister once the dog was picked up. She brought it over and was helping me set it up, which includes adding in a little bit of laundry soap. I pull out the bottle, she sees the pink cap, and goes, "No, that's fabric softener." I argue that there's no way. I've been using it for months. I would know if it was fabric softener. We start looking at the bottle, and in the smallest words ever, it says laundry softener. No big lettering, no other labeling, nada. So turns out, I've been using fabric softener to wash my clothes, and only fabric softener. Now I have to buy some actual laundry detergent and wash everything I own. Too long don't read, didn't read the bottle that I thought was laundry detergent close enough, have been washing all of my clothes in solely fabric softener for 6 months. That's an interesting TIFU. A 6-month long TIFU at that. Yeah, I can imagine how gross it would feel after 6 months to be like, none of my clothes have been properly washed in 6 months. I think I also would be like, yep, time to immediately wash everything I own in actual laundry detergent. Today I f***ed up. I found out that your phone might not be dead. So today I found out I f***ed up. Yesterday I was on a remote meeting with bosses. I was on my work phone because I was traveling from a job and couldn't get to the office. Boss asked me to get my laptop on ASAP. I drove to my destination and thought I was on mute as I arrived. I start setting up the laptop and I'm listening via a Bluetooth earpiece. As I set my phone down, it dies. Now I've had a sudden battery death from that phone at more than 5%. At 5% it dims so badly my eyes can't see it. It doesn't always fully charge and occasionally slow to charge. So as my phone dies, the screen turns the provider logo color. I yell, "Fuck! My phone died!" to an empty room and what I thought was a dead phone. I was wrong. I turn my laptop on, log in, and the conference room is empty. They forgot to leave the meeting as they walked out of the room. So today I have an in-person meeting with my direct supervisor, and I explain that my phone died. And before I can say I tried to log in via laptop, he says, "Yeah, we all heard you yell, 'Whack, my phone died,' a minute before your icon dropped off the meeting," and dismissed it. No harm, as they all laughed, but a lesson learned is, if your phone dies on call, it may still be connected while the screen has any light. First time poster, done via mobile, you know the drill. Too long don't read, I cursed when my phone died while on a conference call, the call was still active. I'm loving the kind of mild inconvenience posts that we're getting today, like the wrong detergent and now this, obviously nothing came of it, OP didn't get in trouble, but it's still funny, and to think that I don't know, if anything, perhaps it's given a little kudos because now your boss knows that you care enough to have been genuinely angry when your phone died mid-business call, so that's alright. That's alright. But yeah, it's quite funny. Just everybody just hears, "Fuck, my phone died," and then your icon just drops out. That's quite funny. Today I fucked up by rebooting in combat mode when I woke up from anesthesia. Didn't happen today, more like 14 years ago. Feels like a fever dream now. Fever nightmare? Anyways, another recently posted story here reminded me of the first time I ever lost my ever-loving mind. I got my wisdom teeth out when I was 18. It took an inordinate amount of anesthesia to get me under. I've been called, affectionately mind you, a hummingbird on crack in terms of both energy levels and metabolism. So I think it probably has something to do with that. At least that's what I've always chalked it up to. So how much anesthesia can a small teen girl possibly need? They had my mum sign some more forms, sent the CRNA home, called an actual anesthesiologist in, and I paid more money. Woo. When I woke up, it was clear to me that I had been the victim of bodily theft. They had stolen my teeth. At least that's the closest I can guess as to what I might have been thinking. Apparently, I quickly and quietly pulled all of the gauze and packing out of my mouth, then tried to sneak out, but was caught. Let me tell you, I put up one hell of a fight. Remember that small dinosaur from Jurassic Park that flares his frills and sprays out all that black gunk? At one point, I channeled that little guy's spirit and spit blood into the face of an assistant, in her eyes, and I think some of it got in her mouth. Eventually, my mother, a CRNA ironically, got me into her car, where I proceeded to shriek and wail that I was being kidnapped and tried to jump out of the car the whole way home. Well, sort of. She drove to an Olive Garden because I refused to go back to any house with her, so she drove just circles around the parking lot until I passed out, and then went inside for a glass of wine. Well deserved, Ma. I don't do well with anesthesia, I guess. But back to that poor assistant. I felt so bad. I've never done anything like that in my life. I had to submit a blood test, and then I took her flowers and a gift card. She had a black eye. Apparently I also headbutted her. I just never came back and figured that was the best gift I could give her. Too long didn't read. I woke up in combat mode and tried to take out a dental assistant using biological warfare. Edit, I do not have red hair. For those that do have red hair, cue the late 90s war on drugs commercial scary voice. This could happen to you. But seriously, redheads are known to have more adverse reactions to anesthesia than other people. People with red hair should be aware of this when going into surgery. Yeah, my first thought when reading this was gonna be, OP, do you have red hair? But apparently not, because yeah, that is quite common. I'm obviously quite ginger, especially the beard, and anesthesia doesn't do much. So for a little additional context there of my own, I had to get an endoscopy, when they shove a tube down your throat to look inside your stomach, and I was injected with an anesthesia. And bear in mind also, I didn't know if it was because I was ginger or if the nurse had just screwed it up because she could not find a vein, and then the next day I had a massive bruise all up my arm. So I wasn't sure, but nothing happened. I was not anesthetized, I wasn't drowsy, I wasn't sedated in any way. No one asked. Rolled straight into the room, had a tube rammed down my throat, had them poke around in my stomach, had a tube pulled out of my throat while fully conscious, completely unaffected by anesthesia. Not a good experience. Do not recommend. So if anybody is ever going into something like a surgery or an endoscopy or anything like that where they're anesthetizing you, make sure that you make them aware of whether the anesthesia is working or not. For the love of God, make them check. Today I f***ed up. The builder saw my tits today. Guess we're building more than just a deck. The construction of our deck started this week. There's a bunch of scaffolding out there. This morning, I was getting dressed in my second story bedroom. I was topless, facing the window. The builders arrived 5 minutes ago and the noise had begun. I knew they were there. I knew there was scaffolding. Suddenly, a head popped up, with eyes that widened at the exact moment that mine did. I hit the floor behind the bed in a graceless, boob-clutching dive, saying, "Oh shit," and proceeded to finish getting dressed on the floor. I was 95% sure he had seen me, but held out hope. A couple of minutes later, he walks into the house looking sheepish. I say brightly, "Sorry if you had to see my boobs, because I'm awesome at not being awkward." He says, "Yeah, sorry about that." Then we both just stand there nervously laughing for a minute. These guys will be working at my house for at least the next couple of weeks. Now, every time that guy comes into the house, we both smirk and avoid eye contact. So there's that. Too long didn't read. While getting dressed, I accidentally flashed a deck builder outside my second story window, leading to an awkward but hilarious exchange. That is awkward. That sure is awkward. But awkwardness aside, look, all of that's hilarious, that's funny, but the top comments on this post were as follows. "Boobs the builder, can you flash him? Boobs the builder, yes she can." and quite frankly, I think that tops the original post. Oh, it's so good. Yep, indeed. And I can't think of a better place to end the video than there. So that's where I'm gonna end it. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I'm finally back and we're making content again, so yes. And also, for those of you that might have missed the community update post, I've actually finally been prescribed with ADHD and I'm now on medication. And I genuinely think that that's helped, one, with recording today, because I've actually gotten this done earlier than usual, and two, I think it's going to help with getting editing done on time, so that's great. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Huge, massive special thank to all of the patrons and YouTube members that do support the channel. Special thank you to everybody that does. All of your names are on screen right now. I can't remember how I normally do my intro anymore. It's been too long. All of your names are on screen, so huge thank you to all of you people. Link is in the description to anybody that wants to, but you should by no means feel like you have to do that. I'm going to keep making content regardless. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Peace out.